EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Pickett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Pickett finding Claypool. Good for Pittsburgh first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. For Marshall, that's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They run again with Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Boswell's kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and now long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Harris running straight ahead. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
One of the good things offenses did years ago was they lettered their gaps the same on each side. A gap between guard and center on either side. That's what you want to control when you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
And why is that?
Because typically you either have a big nose guard in there in an odd front, three-man front, or you have defensive tackles that might line up in the A-gaps trying to gain an advantage and get upfield themselves. If you can control that, it gives the back plenty of space to pick and choose where to go.
And there, a great inside run, broke the contact and got some space.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now a second down and 6. Mahomes going to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Edwards-Helaire is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A pretty big play now in this AFC championship, third and goal. And that is incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. In motion right here comes Johnson. They'll try the right side with Harris. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returning it, here's Hamler. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Catch is made by Hardman. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st down, Mahomes. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this 1st half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes to throw once more. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now it's Mahomes again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 10-3. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mahomes firing complete. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes, touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Pickett sets up play action. And his throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Off play action. Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the 1st and goal.
It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets them 40. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Pickett. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And some room to run now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown pass. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Finds Pickens outright. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
15. Hey, 43, 43, 15.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Mahomes. So right side going to be caught by Hardman. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
The Chiefs are AFC champs as we say goodnight, everybody.